out the hand, switch, shooters on swoosh, hitters don't miss. Already just added a ton of y'all to my list. Bitch, death wish, not to be messed with, tested quiz. They shooting shots, hitting bricks, we testing the kids.
Welcome to Deep Thrones, the most entertaining podcast in the world of ice and fire. I'm your host, Sims. My co-host, Sheedy's here. What's up, Sheeds?
Hey everyone, how's everyone doing?
We are doing fantastic. And, something that's awesome about today, by the nature of when we're recording this and when we're releasing this episode, this is defunct, like our holiday episode.
It is.
So, welcome to Deep Thrones Holiday Edition.
Whatever you celebrate, whatever holiday tradition you're into, even if it's just looking forward to another turn around the sun, happy holidays from the Deep Thrones family.
Happy holiday. We don't have a ton of decorations if you're watching on YouTube because we didn't really plan on this being the holiday episode because it's December 7th. But here we are.
Doesn't matter.
We've got the holiday spirit. We've got the holiday spirit.
Happy holidays, Daenerys and Alicent. Happy holidays to them. I just want to say that off the jump. Rickon, go fuck yourself. Yeah, we're back. We're so back.
What's your favorite holiday? It doesn't have to be during
Uh,
December or whatever, like
I,
all time.
I really do enjoy this time of year just because like my family always gets together, so I enjoy that. But I think Halloween because Halloween is it's
Whoa.
fun. It's fun,
Okay.
I like the scary movies. I like dressing up. I like seeing other people get creative and dress up. So that probably that.
Okay. What was your last Halloween costume?
Cowboy. I've been a cowboy 5 straight years. Since I was the Joker that one time, I've just been a cowboy because I just have the
Okay.
costume.
I mean, yeah, once you have something that works, you kind of just you don't
Yeah,
let it go.
it's just the easiest one. What
I
about
I
you?
mean, I'm gonna be basic here and go Christmas. I mean, there's to me there's something about like the lights. I'm a sucker for Christmas lights in a bar,
Yeah.
Like it starts getting dark out at 4 p.m. You go to happy hour, you got Christmas lights up at the bar. The smell of evergreen and like trees. Come on,
Yeah. Well,
can't beat it.
you ever like when you see a house all decorated, doesn't it just put you in a good mood when you're driving down a street and you see a house that's just like all decked
Yeah,
out?
yeah. And then the worst though is after like January 2nd when all the lights go down
Go away.
and then
Yeah.
it's still getting dark out at 4 and like it's
Yeah.
dark when you wake up. It's just
Yeah.
yeah, it's that
January.
that's when things get bleak.
Yeah. And then there's that one house in March that still has their Christmas decorations up and you're like, all right, come on.
Is that, is that you? Is that you
Yeah,
guys?
that would be for sure me if um I think but the thing that we should be most happy about this season, it's a season of blessings. We're blessed for many reasons, whether it's our favorite sports teams are doing really good or whether it's the fact that right around the corner is 2026 and there's a ton of Westeros. There's so much Westeros content all over the place. It's getting in my eyes. It's all over. And we're very excited about it. But I have a few questions for you. First
Let's
off,
go.
you love Dunk and Egg, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Dunk and Egg. Why, of all the things that you taught me about in Westeros history before I watched Game of Thrones, did this resonate with you so much? This story. And why does it resonate with the fans so much? Why is it so beloved? It's a novella. It's almost like,
Yeah, it's a story that people can relate to. I mean, when we think about Game of Thrones and we think about um, like the House of the Dragon, it's all people, it's royalty essentially in castles, in palaces, and wearing all this super expensive clothing and speaking in a high English or whatever. As you can tell from the trailers of A Night in the Seven Kingdoms, it's a lot grittier. People like the guy checking Duncan at the tourney got him confused for a farmer. He speaks like there's kind of like a funny satirical undertone to it. Like it's very real. And then we'll see as time goes on, it gets pretty dark as well, which happens in life as well. So I think it's very relatable, and I think people kind of get glued to that and can apply it to their everyday lives, and I think that's why it stands out to me.
definitely. Yeah, no, I can already tell from the trailer that the characters are going to be well liked. I think that people are going to root for them, which is important the whole Westeros landscape usually is like so epic in large set pieces that to bring it down to here's just a guy traveling with a squire, and all the
Right.
people that they interact with.
Mhm.
On a scale of 1 to 5 gold dragons, how excited are you?
Five
Five
gold
gold dragons.
dragons,
This
five
this
of them, Cinco.
there was a lot of excitement from this trailer specifically.
Yes. So, I mean, should we just dive into
Let's
my
dive
thoughts on
into
the
it. Yeah,
trailer? All
let's
right.
go into it.
Yeah. So, I mean, this was the hype video that I was looking for leading into this. The last trailer had more of a teaser vibe to me. This one, it showed the action, it showed the stakes, it showed, Dunk putting everything on the line. And that's what the end of this story is like. It
Yeah,
starts out simple, buddy buddy type of story, and then it escalates really quickly. And I think everyone's going to be excited to kind of follow that journey. But this is exactly what I needed to see before the show kicks off, and I'm really excited for that opening in January.
agreed. And we've been banging the drum on this, as was George R. R. Martin, which is like this show is not Game of Thrones. Don't expect the Battle of the Bastards. Don't expect, it's in that world, but it's its own singular event. And I do like how they have framed it where the show is rumored to be going for 3 seasons, but each season is its own event, its own adventure.
Yeah.
It's like separate
Yep.
adventures. So you don't need to feel like this buy-in to this long sort of drawn out thing. It's like, no, this is going to be sort of a singular event in these two characters' lives and actually all these characters' lives. But I do like the tone that they're striking. I remember in our first breakdown of the trailer last time was like, oh, are they going for like too funny? Are they doing this? And then when you see it more fleshed out, you're like, there is some laughs, but they're also this trailer was more like there's some very deep things happening with Dunk in terms of he apparently gets on the wrong side of the Targaryens in this trailer, which is like of all the people to piss off, the ruling
Uh-huh.
family of the kingdoms. But also, this is sort of a weird time for the Targaryens. And in the trailer, I think it's a Fossaway, maybe you can yell at me, says to Dunk like they're incestuous tyrants, but I think it speaks volumes that he has the cojones to even say that out loud. So their power, they
Yeah.
still are
Yeah.
viewed as tyrants, but their power at this point is weak, or weaker than it was.
Weaker, and there's a massive reason for that, which includes spoilers for both the House of the Dragon and the Night of the Seven Kingdoms. So we'll kind of steer away from that. But you're spot on with that insight there. And one thing I'll add just about like the overall tone of the show, it is unique compared to what we've seen in this world. And I was kind of thinking of comparisons from either Game of Thrones or House of the Dragon, and the only thing that I could think of was like a Bronn and Tyrion
Yeah,
vibe,
yeah,
which like is also like we all remember, season 2 Game of Thrones, season 3 Game of Thrones, where Tyrion's just wheeling and dealing in King's Landing, Bronn's making quips and jabs at everybody, and there's also like the obviously season 2 didn't end great for Tyrion, right? Like there's that
right.
side where shit gets real fast. If I'm going to pull a comparison from what Game of Thrones was to what this show might be, I think that would be a good kind of tone comparison.
Yeah, I think that's spot on. I do. And I think that like you got to remember too that in Game of Thrones, most of the people we're following are High Lords, and they're sort of like Bronn's not a High Lord, but he's Tyrion's sort of cast off. You know what I mean? Like there's the High Lords, and then there's their spider web of characters that sort of follow them. This is just like we're following Dunk, who is literally he's just
Yep.
like if in Game of Thrones we were following just like some guy who's trying to make his way in the world and becomes an integral part of the history of Westeros. So that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, resonate with and relatable.
And we like George R. R. Martin catches a bad rap right now because obviously the fans want the Winds of Winter, and
Yeah.
it's been 16 plus years. However, the genius of his writing is going to be on full display in this show. And what I mean by that is even when we look at, the Game of Thrones series, to your point, like it was following High Lords and, their bastard sons or whatever. But toward the end, all these difficult and, highly contrasted paths kind of come together
Yep.
in a, a narrative that makes sense. At least, some of us thought so. Some people didn't at the end of season 8. But
Yeah.
in this, we're going to see that played out over the course of 6 episodes.
Yeah. And
We're going to start with Dunk, and we're going to end with Targaryens,
yeah.
Baratheons, Fossaways, like all these people coming together at once. So super
Don't
excited for it.
don't even get me started on Lionel. All right. I joked. I was like, listen, I had Daenerys in Game of Thrones, Allison in House of the Dragon. I think I got it. Lionel might be my guy. He might be my boy this season. I'm a big
He's a
Lionel.
good guy to have as your guy.
He seems cool. I don't know anything about him outside of the trailers, like genuinely. And I was like, I love his antler thing. That's cool as hell. But yeah, I also want to give a shout out to you for giving George his flowers a little bit because you're right. The recent history is just bash George. Keep in mind, the world of Westeros has like 10,000 plus years of history that has been like
Hmm.
fleshed out. That's crazy. Like the dude was prolific. He's definitely lost his fastball a little bit, but I think it's important to give him some grace every so often.
I mean,
Uh,
listen, if we were super good, like take this podcast for example, if we, I think we crush it, but if we became multimillionaires off this podcast, I'd take a little bit of time off.
and
I'd take a little bit of time off.
you would be justified. You would have earned the time off, and that's I get it. It's easy to be mad at him, but we thank him for what he has given us, which is my favorite series of all time. I think too, just to sort of button up the trailer for keen-eyed people, if you're gonna watch it again, look around. Look at the colors are much richer than we see in Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones sort of goes for that bluish hue, that sort of like somber almost. They very much the showrunner said they made it a point to make it, much more vibrant. And toward the end of the trailer, Dunk is he's in that fight scene. He's in the Ashford tourney, I believe. He's screaming, are there no true knights among you? And I will admit that at the end, when it starts hitting that kind of Game of Thrones music, I was like, "Ooh, okay, we're here.
I'm ready
We're
to
we're,
go.
we're in
Ready to go.
Westeros."
I'll say I listened to the audiobook earlier this week, just knowing that the trailer was coming out. It's not that long of a listen, I think, from start to finish. It's like 3.5, 4 hours.
Wow.
Um, that Ashford tourney scene toward the climax of the novella, I was listening before bed. I'm like, man, I'm like my heart's racing right now. I'm not even like getting visuals. Like this is just an audio description of what's happening, and I'm like losing sleep. So it is going to be amazing, and I can't wait to see it played out on screen.
Awesome. Is there anything specifically you want to point out from the trailer? Anything that needs to be noted? Anything, obviously we're not doing spoilers. We still have a month. It's almost seems like it'll be a different year by the time we see this show, but anything you want
Yeah,
to add?
my main takeaway from the trailer is I'm very impressed with the tone of the show. It seems jovial, but it also seems high stakes, and everything matters, right?
Hmm.
You in one trailer, right? We got a 2-minute kind of clip of what to expect, and we hear Dunk talking about dreams of success at the Ashford tourney and how he could maybe end up in service of Targaryens, and then you have a Fossaway talking about how awful the Targaryens are and that they can't be trusted and they're incestual. So it really just goes to show that dichotomy and just the 50-50 flip of a coin that they talk about on Targaryen. So excited for it.
Same.
What are your thoughts on it? One
100% same. I the first trailer I really liked. I was like, okay, I'm excited. It's this world in this story too way more than I do, but I was like, okay, that looks good. This one, like you said, I was like, oh, okay, now I'm really like I'm actually like counting the days. I'm like, okay, I really want to watch this show. I can't wait to break it
takeaway.
down with you on the pod. Like I'm like really hyped. I'm making everybody I know. I'm like sending the link to friends. Like check this out. But also, I want to say the showrunners, I think, really did their homework. I was watching other Game of Thrones content creators talk about it, and someone on YouTube said they're like in the back of one of the scenes, there's some cast off Targaryen, like a cousin. He's got darker hair, and his wife is with him, who's a Tyroshi, and she has pink hair. And they're like the Tyroshi are known for dyeing their hair, and they're like this is a
Hmm.
background sort of in the scene, and they're doing the homework, which you love to see.
Love that.
Um, but yeah. Very excited. Five gold dragons. Um, I,
Five gold dragons.
yeah.
Hey, speaking of gold dragons, so last episode I made a promise to our listeners that I would do a
Yes.
wine club and a rating every week. So this episode, I have, since it's our holiday episode, New Year's episode, I have some Prosecco Rosé.
Oh wow.
Um, this is
He's
this
left.
is
Let's go.
Kirkland Prosecco
Hell
Rosé.
yeah.
You know,
Costco,
creme de la
right?
creme, vintage, best of the best.
Hmm.
So I'm just gonna give it a taste and give a review here.
Now, is this wine tasting all of 2026? Like you're going to include House of the Dragon, or is this strictly a Night of the Seven Kingdoms?
You just fucked up my palate there, dude. Don't
I'm
don't
sorry. I'm
talk
sorry.
while I'm doing the
You're
wine
right. I
tasting. All right.
talked in his
Well, now
backstory.
now I gotta do it again.
Do it again.
Come
Okay, but the question still stands.
on. Okay. To answer the question, only a Knight of the Seven Kingdoms for now. We'll see how the rest of this goes. Yeah, for a review, it's fucking Kirkland Prosecco Rosé. You get what you it is what you think it is.
10 out of 10, I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look upset that you had it. You look visibly unwell.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right,
No, no, it's good. It's good. It's
we're gonna have
fine.
to cut this one short. Chris is sweating. What's in that Kirkland rosé? So when you do these wine tastings, because I'm sure we may have to do some virtual, some in person. You either have to bring the wine, or you just have to tell me ahead of time so I can get a comparable wine.
Okay, yeah,
All
that
right,
works. I mean, ideally we do it in person. I can bring it. With these
definitely.
trailer episodes, we're doing some quick
Who
virtual
cares about
hits.
the trailers? No, I'm
Yeah.
kidding. Two. I want to make before we cut this off here. I want to make two podcast announcements, and Chris, you can
Okay.
pepper in some information. The first one being, for Night of the Seven Kingdoms, we're bringing back Westeros History Minute. A lot of people have been asking for it. My mom misses it, and quite frankly, she's a deciding vote.
You can't
Uh,
say no to your
no,
mom.
no, she used to because there's so much Westeros lore outside of Dunk and Egg, outside of Game of Thrones, outside of House of the Dragon, and we want to cover it in a quick little blurb each episode. It's going to be kind of a non sequitur, discussing something else, just to educate people, because that's honestly why we started the podcast initially. Was Chris was doing that, so we're bringing back Westeros History Minute. Chris is going to give us some of his knowledge, but we want you guys to get involved. So every Wednesday, including January 14th, before the first episode debuts, January 18th, we are going to post a poll on our Instagram with four options of random Westeros lore. You vote on it each week. Something else will win. Depending on what our fans vote on, your engagement is required. It's mandatory.
It's required.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Don't
required.
even don't even listen if you're not going to engage. All right.
And to that end, you want one of these? Because remember, Rob, friend of the pod, won this last year by winning the fan competition. Well, 2026 has two shows, not one, two. So if you want one of these, which we got them, you want to be a fan of the year, the Thronies at the end of that year are going to be highly competitive. And the Thronies with two shows, Otto versus Dunk, Rhaenyra versus Lionel Baratheon, it's going to be crazy. But if you as a
Man.
fan want to win one of these, it's going to be a lot of engagement, all right?
And for those that are listening via audio only, he's pointing at the Deep Thrones hat
I'm so
when he
happy you
says
said that
these.
because I forgot, and people would be like, "What the fuck are they talking about?" It's a
He's
weird
like,
podcast.
I should have been like, Sheedy's pointing at his crotch right now.
Yeah,
I'm
you're gonna win
wondering
one of
what he
these. It's terrible audio. It's funny. We are so new to the recording aspect of the video. I'm still not 100% used to it.
I mean, listen, you got to start from somewhere.
You're right.
You know,
It's doing bad radio. Chris is right. It's one of our beautiful Deep Thrones hats, the logo that Chris created, that has become it's like the bat symbol. People see it and it gives them hope.
damn right, dude. I can't wait to go fucking 5 minutes with that Westeros history minute. I'm gonna go so
That's the
long.
thing. I am gonna bite my tongue on it because they're shorter episodes. So our podcast for United Seven Kingdoms will probably be like 30 to 40 minutes. But I'm gonna try to bite my tongue. But you know me, dude. If I don't get to talk, I'm gonna freak out. I just it's
I'm
too
gonna
much.
freak out. You're gonna be over there just jaw chopping it.
Yeah, just like God damn, I haven't been able to make a stupid joke. But no, very excited. And I'm actually excited for the return of Westeros History Minute because as I'm listening back to old episodes, it was like such a crucial part of our. I feel like it's a part of our aura. Is like, yeah, we talk about modern day, but like that was the education, you know,
Yeah, yeah, no, I'm excited for it as well. 2026 is going to be a hell of a year on many different
for
fronts. The
everything.
world of Westeros is going to go crazy. The world of the Deep Thrones boys is going to go crazy. The homies are all going to win. The homettes are all going to win. I can't wait. What do you have anything else on your list, or I had a question to wrap up kind of the
Do it.
show?
Wrap it up.
All right, all right. What I'm looking for a comical slash satirical New Year's resolution from you.
Oh, dude, comical slash satirical New Year's resolution. Probably to build a time machine so I can go back in time.
Okay, what time period are we going?
This is true. I would love to live with dinosaurs because I loved Jurassic Park as a kid. I think they'd get me. I don't think they'd eat me. I think they'd understand. I think they'd get my vibe. They'd be like, he's cool. We won't eat him.
I mean, I have some follow-up questions, but I think it's best to just kind of let that sit as it
Can't,
is.
yeah, no, I gotta talk to my therapist before, before I broach this any further. What about you? What's your New Year's resolution?
I'm I'm gonna dive really deep into AI and deepfakes, and
Oh yeah, man.
I'm gonna make it seem like I'm on vacation every single week, and I'm gonna go get my hairline renewed in Turkey. I'm gonna I'm gonna go to fucking Thailand and hang with the boys. Like
Oh yeah, dude.
we're gonna be doing world tours in
When you were
2026.
the AI thing, I thought you were gonna go down the route of like you fall in love with AI, you get married to like an AI chatbot. People are doing that these days. People are falling in love with AI.
I said satirical. I mean,
Yeah,
who knows? Who knows if that's you know that could be a reality, Sheedy.
yeah. I'm talking about Allen Iverson.
the
Talking about that AI.
the original, the
The
OG.
original, the OG AI. But yeah, no, I think that we're on the right track here. I think that it's our coverage of this leading into it is much more positive than I think our coverage leading into House of the Dragon season 3 will be. We will be
Yeah,
positive.
yes,
We will be
yeah.
positive while we are being negative.
We're going to be positive. We're also going to be realistic about what they've delivered us so far.
Yeah, I don't trust them.
I don't trust them.
I
I
don't
don't
trust them.
trust them.
I trust these guys.
But in all seriousness, though, we're blessed to still be able to do this and have people tuning into us. So thank you. Again, we didn't plan on this being the holiday and New Year episode, but wishing you all the best, happiest holidays, the best New Year. And we're super excited to be back full tilt in 2026.
Yep, couldn't have said it better myself. Hey, Lionel Baratheon, hit me up. Ours can be the Fury.
Damn right.
Whips, check out the handle, switch, shooters on swoosh, hitters don't miss. Already just added a ton of y'all to my list. Bitch, death wish, not to be messed with, tested quiz.